So moving further, second boss. So moving further, we need to understand the consciousness. The six consciousness, six senses, and six experiences. So we can't take, it's only one experience. The six experiences. Okay. So when I say I, any I is six, not one. Aggregation is one, but actually it is six. So at any point in time, when this consciousness is working, it will not allow any other consciousness to take over. And if that consciousness is working, it will not allow any other consciousness to take over. So it is like a multi-threaded operations of, if we were to take a computer or whatever, that is what it would look like. Okay. So basically, what I need to see today is, do I understand Indriya 1, Ayatana 2, and the consciousness 3. Okay, these are three things. Why is it important? Because then it will tell me which one is working, which one is not working, and how I should experience it. This after knowing that Mannyana, meaning conceiving. So my question now is, how does the conceiving happen? What makes me conceive something? Let's say I'm now Chirag has joined. I conceive Chirag. Then I have Avanti here. I have this Bhikkhuni sitting here. And there's one Aryu here. Now, how this conceiving happens? What makes me conceive? And if I can conceive, is it fixed conception or is it a moving conception? Okay. So the formulation. So there is continuously existing behind mind as an experience. Is there anything consistent? Or what we conventionally call as mind manifest as six conditioned classes of consciousness? What does it work? Actually, in English or in any language, because language has limitation, we can take it like this. When I call my wife is one role. It will obscure all other roles of that person at that time. So that means I can't now consider her to be a mother. I can't consider her to be a sister. I can't conceive her to be a neighbor. I can't consider her to be anything other than a wife. But that's the experience what I'm going to get. That thing. So in the Chakku Viññāṇa, I get the experience of seeing the wife. So the Indriya is one thing and the Ayatana becomes the another thing. Meaning it will go and eat. So that's the reason it's called Gochara. Meaning go means cow, chara means fodder. So it goes and eats. Not that there's anything problem with that. There's no problem. But that's how it works. There's nothing in calling conventionally wife. But the problem comes when I take that wife to be truth and fact and construct story around it. That is due to Mannyana, which is conceiving or hypostasizing. I then take what is not real. It's a role, not a person. Where it becomes a person, like now we have Bhikkhuni. So she becomes a person called Bhikkhuni, but she's taken a role of Bhikkhuni. That means she's saying, I've given up the worldly thing and I've become a Bhikkhuni. Fair. Now you have given up the Bhikkhu and you have taken up the lay. Fair. Nothing wrong. But what if I consider I am a Bhikkhu or a Bhikkhuni or a lay person? If I consider like that, if I conceive like that, and then I gets formed. not Eva, I as a person. So the Asutava, one who has not heard the Dhamma, is that he gets confused between the Chitta, the Mano, and the Viññāṇa. He doesn't know what it is. And he will always conceive in one way or the other way. So even though we have heard about the 6 classes of consciousness, by classes because they do their own function and hence it's classes. So he gives the example when forest fire or log fire, call it as chakku, as we are just saying it, we are categorizing it, that it is sankham gacchati. We categorize. Sankha is to categorize. So we categorize it. Okay. So ayatana is also categorization of experience. There's nothing called ayatana separated from indriya, but you can categorize it. You can say, here is the experience field for experiencing. Here is the indriya, which is the base on which this experience is coming. So then I can say, chakuncha paticha rupecha upajati chakku viññāṇam tinna sangati phasso phassa pachaya vedana. Now, if I want, I can withdraw to an extent. There's no phassa. There's no contact. And then there's no vedana. This I can do. And when I do that, it is withdrawn. So Nibbāna. Why? After this contact is conditions. If there were no contact, there is no condition. So released. And Malum Ke Putta Sutta talks about exactly that. If you have not seen, if you have not heard, if you have not sensed, if you have not cognized anything, can there be a possibility that you can experience? And the answer is no. Let's say I have not gone to New Zealand. I don't know how it looks. May knows it, but I don't know it. But what if I visit? And then I can say I know it. But what if you are in New Zealand, but not in New Zealand? Can you be in a state of existence when you are in that place, but you are not in that place? Ne vidha, na hura, na ubhayamantare. Anything in between. That means whether it is New York or it is Auckland or it is Brisbane or Melbourne or any place, including Bangalore. What if I'm not there? I is not there, either here or there or anything in between. So the dukkha is ended. Why? Because the experience I is not there. The experience exists, no doubt. When there is a tasting thing, it exists. Like if I were to go with Avanti ji to Statue of Liberty, it's going to be there. I can't say, oh, you know what, there's no Statue of Liberty. Now that I'm a released person, so there's no Statue of Liberty. It exists. But does it truly exist as Statue of Liberty? No, it's convention. It's made up. Just like Vilas is made up, the Statue of Liberty is also made up. So nothing to be excited about Statue of Liberty. Nothing to be excited about New York. Even though I've visited New York earlier, but this time the New York is going to be just New York. Not excitement of coming into New York or New Jersey or Philadelphia or whatever places we can represent it. Doesn't matter. That doesn't take it out, but that doesn't make you enter. Because if I enter, I have to exit also. So basically, what I can see is that if I do something as these 6 senses, there is an experience. If I don't do anything as a 6 senses, then there is no thing to be experienced. So the chitta, I can now understand from that sutta, Asuttava Sutta, SN 12.61, that chitta means the quality of the mind, whether it is contracted, scattered, concentrated, liberated, affected by raga, dvesha, moha, or unaffected by raga, dvesha, moha. Then I can say, this is chitta. So when I use the word chitta, or when Buddha uses the word chitta, it means the qualitative condition of the mind, which means how the chitta is, because various chitta arises based upon the condition. So the chitta is scattered. That means it's all over the place. So is Sankita, Vikita, all that what is put there. So it's not Mano, it's chitta. That's the meaning and the context. Now I see what is Mano. Mano is the internal sense base, just like Chakku, Sota, Ghana, Jivha. This is the internal sense base called Mano, which is also residing in Hadaya and hence called Hadaya Vattu in Abhidhamma, is an experiencer by itself, like Chakku, on which an experience can be formed. Let's take it like 6 mirrors, same mirror, same size. Any object coming on that will get reflected on the mirror, and that is Mano, like Chakku. Chakku is one mirror, we have another mirror called Mano. Knowing that Chakku is one mirror, Sota is another mirror, Ghana is another mirror, on which object shines. So in Abhidhamma, they actually use this word called Pasada Rupa. It's shining. Pasada means to shine. So it's a shiny surface. So consider it that way. And Viññāṇa, whenever Buddha uses the word Viññāṇa, it's cognizing what has been said to be, not what it is. So it's a conditioned knowing classified according to the 6 sense doors and not otherwise. So this distinction we need to have. When we say chitta, it means this. When we say mano, it means this. It's viññāṇa, it means this. Okay. If we don't know that, then we thoroughly misunderstand that chitta is mind, mano is also mind, and viññāṇa is also mind. And then I have no mind now because I'm thoroughly confused about it. So basically, Mano is like one shiny surface on which the Dhamma can arise. Dhamma as in social science, physics, chemistry, mathematics, zoology, sociology, knowing the culture, tradition, cities, towns, anything around there which can tell you that, this is called as so and so, which are conceptual, including wife, husband, son, children, house, parents, money, dollars, rupees, whatever, currencies to everything. And hence Buddha says, Mano Pubbangama Dhamma, Mano Setta Manomaya, because that is a forerunner. So then it keeps on collecting every experience and then projecting it into the screen of consciousness. Okay. Now, when will I use Viññāṇa? When will I use Mano? And when will I use Chitta? Chitta is a base thing. That's just the quality of something. It just shines on that. It doesn't know why it has to shine there. So here is where you can do Chitta Visuddhi, purifying the Chitta, not Mano, not Viññāṇa. You got the point. So when I see wife, it's a Chakku Viññāṇa which has come, not Chakku Chitta, not Chakku Mano. It is Chakku Viññāṇa. Why? The eyes, not this, the mental eye on which it is transformed, is seeing wife. Now only two options are available to this chakku. If it likes, it wants. If it doesn't like, it doesn't want. The same thing with sota, the same thing with ghana, the same thing with jivha, the same thing with kayo, and same thing with mano. Now, when I say I don't like to stay with my wife, it means the chakku doesn't want, or the sota doesn't want, or the ghana doesn't want, or the jivha doesn't want, or the kaya doesn't want, or the mano doesn't want. Now, this is what is the thing. Or if it says that I want to stay with my wife, then this is exactly the same. So it cognizes, the mano cognizes that if I get a wife like this, I'm in happiness. And hence it is conditioned. And if I don't get a wife like this, I am in unhappiness. So how do you get happiness? By associating with a wife who is as per your expectation, or husband like your expectation. What if it is not there? Then the only way I can achieve peace is by divorcing that person. Where? In Mano. Nowhere else. So this faculty, Mano, will then look at the adukha, asukha to be dukkha as Vedana, and starts to build over the story that she is the cause for my suffering. And the only way I can do it is to disconnect it. So I go and do it. In the same way, I love this woman and I want to marry because my happiness is in that place. That is the ayatana. So now that is where it goes and grazes the grass. Okay. This is the thing. Another example, instead of this wife-husband thing, let us say Vilas here is sitting quietly and hears a bird sound. The sound is a sound and the ear is a ear, and the contact happens. The sota viññāṇa comes. The viññāṇa, cognition, that is a bird, that's fair. Now, depending upon that, if I know the bird is one thing, if I don't know the bird is another thing. So if I don't know the bird, there will be an excitement, an interest to know what bird it is. Presently, the feeling will be adukha sukha vedana, neutral. But since I want to know, it is transformed itself into dukkha vedana then. Right? So now I have to get out of my seat and I want to go to the balcony to see what bird it is. And this moment, another viññāṇa arises from Mano. This sound is similar to what I heard yesterday. That is the Dhamma, just come into the Mano. Now it attaches. So now, not only the Sota Viññāṇa came, it moved to the Mano Viññāṇa to know what it is. So now, hearing consciousness and mental consciousness are not the same occurrence. It actually arose one and became another. It arises one thing and departed as another. The sound what was heard is gone, followed by the viññāṇa of the Mano, which now wants to look at what bird it is. It wants to know. So now the delight appears. Why? Because I know it. I know the bird. Ah, this is so and so bird. Like when I was in Brisbane, myself and Harish and Daniel were walking, and I didn't know there's a bird also called as laughing bird. And we went to a tree where there are many laughing birds, and we were laughing, ha 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 ha, like that. I never knew there's a bird called laughing bird. So we were going uh, near Harish home, and then we found this trees filled with laughing bird. And I asked Shaniel, hey, what kind of bird is it? It's a laughing bird. It's only in Australia, and I don't know about New Zealand, but it's there. So I didn't know. Now, shouldn't I know it? Yes, you should know it. But can you simultaneously have the Viññāṇa of that laughing as well as knowing this bird? No. Now, how should I understand this? Supposing you have a light source with 6 bulbs. The bulb will, in the bulb, the filament on which the light is coming slowly dims down. So that much is sufficient for to knowing. It gives you a seamless experience between Chakku, Sota, Ghana, Jibha, Kaya, and Mano, making it seem like you are doing it. Clear? During Christmas, you can see the serial lights. It looks as though they are in serial, meaning one will close another one. So it gives you that moving effect. But actually, if you go near and see, one is switched off, another one is on, one is switched off, another is on. So it is doing like that. So the consciousness also does exactly the same. From whatever source it has come, it will bring another one in its place and attaches it. So the ordinary person presumes that I'm seeing a bird. I'm hearing, I'm thinking about the bird, and my mind is continuously watching, knowing the bird. If the bird were to be replaced by some other object, the bird is gone. Let's say while we were driving on Golden Gate Bridge, there was one bird. Let's say Chirag is driving on his Tesla. Last time it was BMW when we went, so this time we'll go through Tesla. So we're going, and the bird is sitting on top, which Chirag cannot see anyway. So I'll say, hey, Chirag, there's a bird. Okay, okay, sir, bird, you enjoy the bird. Now, can I simultaneously enjoy Golden Gate Bridge while I see the bird? No way. But it would seem as though I am enjoying the Golden Gate Bridge with the bird. It seems. Why? Because the bulb is slowly dimming off while the other bulb is becoming stronger. So if it's dimming off, you can't say it is switched off. The light is there. So it gives you a stable effect, fixed effect. And hence, I get formed. Clear? So if I see these relationships between unrelated and related, it transforms into different entities called ayatana. Meaning, it's not the same, it's not different. You can't say they're indriyas continuously because it has become a field of experience. So when the emphasis is on the faculty or the indriyas, it is called as an indriya, meaning owner. And when the emphasis is on domain of experience, It's called ayatana. That means the Golden Gate Bridge experience along with the bird is in ayatana as opposed to being in indriya, on which Viññāṇa gets formed. So, in a nutshell, if I were to put it, the governing capacity is chakku, sota, ghana, jivha, like that. The internal base field of experience, Buddha calls ajjatika ayatana, internal, chakka ayatana, sota ayatana, ghana ayatana, like that. The external field of experience in Pali called bahira ayatana, which is rupa ayatana, saddha ayatana, gandha ayatana, like that. And the conditioned cognition of these two is not chitta, it is viññāṇa. Because it is specific to what it is cognized to. So every time I see Anjana, it is replaced not by Anjana, but my wife Anjana. Even though the chakku is seeing only a rupa, just a rupa, but ayatanas make sure the experience which is coming there in the consciousness is wife. Why? It is cognized like that. Okay. So if she speaks, the sound is heard, but it doesn't stay with sound. It will be staying as Anjana's sound. No. If I am not married to her, then it is Anjana's sound. If I am married to her, my wife Anjana's sound. So there is my and wife and that sound. It no longer remains as what it should have been, just a sound. It's just a sound. It doesn't matter whether May speaks or Anjana speaks, they both are female. No. May is one thing and Anjana is another thing. This kind of discretion is done in Viññāṇa. It can recognize and say, this is my wife and this is not my wife. This is my husband. This is not my husband. This is my son. This is not my son. This is my daughter. This is not my daughter. This is my house. This is not my house. This categorization, this is and this is not, this is and this is not, is what is done by Viññāṇa. So when that is done like this, then you should have a liking and disliking and liking and disliking and liking and disliking, because now I have done it in two ways. This is and this is not. So if it is, if she is exactly to what I want, the Sukha Vedana. So who will divorce? Some stupid guy will divorce. If I am getting Dukkha Vedana, then I would divorce because I don't want Dukkha anyway. Why should I carry Dukkha? So I would divorce her. Even though, Vilas, you never married. What do you mean divorce? Stupid guy, when did you marry? What are you talking? I married 28 years ago. Strange. How did you marry? There's no answer because in Ayatana, it's only this much. So it goes through Patisamutpada now. Why? Avidya Pachaya Sankhar. Now the Sankhara, what I'm doing as wife, is due to Avidya, that wife exists in truth and fact. Because the consciousness which has arrived is wife consciousness. So obviously the Sankhara is there. Sankhara Pachaya Viññāṇa. In that Viññāṇa comes Anjana. Now when she comes into Nama and Rupa. That body and that mental state of hers is what I call as a personality, and that is Nama Rupa. And then she has Ayatana, Salayatana. So she will feel me as her husband, as much as I feel her as my wife. So Vedana. So sometimes she gives me Sukha Vedana, sometimes she gives me Dukkha Vedana, sometimes she gives me Adukha Sukha Vedana. But now I want her desperately. So tanha, craving to see her again and again and again and again and again and again. Why? Sukha Vedana is coming, right? Now I don't want her. So Dukkha Vedana again and again and again. So what do? I will have to convince her, please, that's divorce. Or I will go out. The only two things I can do. Or stay separate. Because she's pain. Who will stay with pain? Nobody will stay with pain. Everybody wants pleasure. So this conditioned cognition has made to go in one way or the other way because this. So craving leads to clinging. Clinging to what? I should get divorced. One side. I should be with her. Other side. So can I be with her? Yes, yes, yes. God forbid nothing happens to her. Please, God, take care of her. Let her be happy. Let her be healthy. Let her be this. But Vilas, she's aging. No, 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 no. Don't talk about aging. Please, don't talk about aging. No, she's going to die. No, no, no. Please, please, don't give me that words, death and all that. I can't take it. She is. We just checked her medical report. Everything is good. You don't talk this negative thing early in the morning, please. No, no, don't talk any one of these nonsense. I don't want to hear. No, Vilas, no, no, please don't talk. If you are talking, talk good. That may your wife live more than you or lesser, no lesser than you, more than you. So that when you depart, she's there. Let her cry. That's not an issue. But you should not cry that you lost her. Right? That's a basic thing. And even I don't want to die, but what to do? So now this clinging is bhava. I want to become a husband. You already husband. No, I know that, but I want to continue. But Vilas, Ayu is not defined by you. Don't talk all of that. I don't know. Don't talk me in all these things. I want to live longer. Tell me what I should do to live longer. Vilas, you do one thing. You go to gym and don't eat much. And eat only whey protein. And have some Botox injections. Do this, do that. Take some multivitamin. Okay, please do that. And what will it do? It will increase your lifespan. And you are a vegan, so stop vegan business and eat meat properly. Chicken and this and that. Please eat. Because you require strength. What are you talking? Yeah, that's what I understand. Because, they say I'm getting tired very soon. But you're following Buddha Dhamma, right? That Panate Bata, that let it go to hell. But I want to have a very nice body. Why? Because Jara, you don't want. So I'm a clever person. I'm going to go to a shop, ask for a hair dye, and I cleanly put it on my head. Now at present I don't have hair. Assuming I had hairs, I would have put a black, nice looking thing. And mustache also shouldn't become gray, right? So either I will shave it completely all the time so that I don't see the damn thing getting gray, and shave my beard as well. Because I don't want anybody to say, Vilas, you're aging. No business of aging. So I read a book called as How to Increase Longevity biologically. So I'm part of that research project. Why? I want to stay bhava. Pachay jati. Going to have a rebirth consciousness. Don't tell me I'm going to die. No, Vilas, you're not going to die, but you have to let go of the body one day. I know that, but that is not today. When? 100 years. How old are you now? 54. 46 years there. No, why break our head today? That's Viññāṇa. So now, jati, jara, marana, soka, parideva, dukkha, domanasa, upayasa, sambhavanti is applicable for Viññāṇa because of ayatana. Indriya is sambhara, ayatana is patisamutpada. Please don't forget this. So if you have a wife or a husband, it is patisamutpada. If you have these 6 senses, close the sense doors, you get nibbana. Got the point? Then, in many suttas, Buddha explained this, but what in conclusion these pairs of existence between Chakku and Rupa is, you should know, after the Vedana comes, it is a downward climb or downward path into Tanha, Padana, Bhava, Jati, Jara, Marana, Soka, Parideva, Dukkha, Domanasa, Upayasa, Sambhavanti. Why? Because wife came to be. When wife comes, when husband comes, when child comes, it has to go through this cycle. So then the question comes, can I divorce without filing a divorce, without bloodshed, without causing discomfort? Yes, you can. Why and where? All ayatanas, you can do it. Then what happens? Comes back to Indriya. Then Indriya Sambhara. Then what then? Then there is no movement. If there is no movement, you're still. If there's still, you become Muni. And that's it. That's the end of suffering. Because all these were created. That doesn't mean the ayatana is not there. It is there. But there's nothing to experience. Like Vilas, can you quit kama tanha, kama parillaha, which is fever, and kama bhava to become? Yes. Can you practice? Yes. Sure. Yes, I'll practice. Okay, here are the steps. Having done this, Vilas, can you now look at the Rupa and the Kama? Yes, which is better? Rupa is better or Kama is better? Rupa. Where it is experienced? In the Ayatana. The first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana is in Ayatana, not in Indriya. Indriya is just the faculty. It gives the power. That's it. Then, Vilas, can you experience the other 4, which is Akasha, Akashanchayatana, Ayatana, right? That experience of infinite space. Yes, you can. Why? Because the Rupa is also not there. Not the Kama. The Rupa is also not there. Very good. Or can you experience Viññāṇaṁ Viññāṇaṁ It's Viññāna. That is cognition of everything, of all the senses, of all the people, of all the animals, of all the things at once, that there is no separation. It never was. Yes, I am everywhere. Good. Now, can you see there's nothing in that consciousness? In the chakku, viññāna, there's nothing there, no object. Can you see that, Vilas? Yes, I could see. Good. You are in akincha ayatana. There's nothing, not even the smallest one. So your cheto vimukti now, Vilas. Why? Because this is the time when the basic cognition is there. Nothing else is there. Good. Now, can you get into neva sanya, na sanya ayatana? That means only the cognition of perception, the perceptible, the basic perception exists, and no other perception can exist. Yes, I got it. Now, Vilas, it's time to close that ayatana. With your kind permission, can I switch off the software? Yes. Shut down the system. So the Viññāna is now in what? Can you switch off a Viññāna? No. Then sleep. There's nothing to cognize because there's nothing to perceive. With perception comes cognition. If there's nothing to perceive, there's nothing to cognize. If something is there to feel, cognition. If nothing to feel, there's no cognition. Is it death? No. Is it sleep? No. Are you awake? Yes. But are you in cessation? Yes. And that is Nirodha Samapatti. Having understood for yourself, the Panya made sure that the Viññāna, which didn't have the Jnana, is now have a proper discerning of what is and what is not. Then I'm divorced from the six senses because there is no I. Once and for all, gone. So this state of existence, only two people can do it. One is an anagami, one is an arhat. So when you're there, you know you're there. Because the you exist. Now, if you remove the you of the equation, also it's an arhat. Keeping that you is an anagami. So that's how I would do it. Knowing very well what an ayatana can do and what a indriya can do. So what he says in many suttas is chakkuna rupam disva na nimitta gahi hoti nana vyanjana gahi hoti. Why? If you create a sign, it becomes a food. Wife comes, acknowledge only. Wife has come. Dhite dhite mattam bhavisati. Wife has come. That's it. Nothing more than that. So the indriya is in samvara. So what he says, rakhati chak indriyam, chakku indriye samvaram apana apajjati. He arrives at closing the sense door, except for bare cognition. Yeah, wife has come. That's why vilas has come. Is there a vilas really? No, there's nothing. But vilas has come. And what does he do? He's a teacher at present. He's Viññāṇa. He's a teacher Viññāṇa at this point in time till maybe 9:30 here, 9:17 now, another 15, 20 minutes. He's a teacher. After that, Viññāṇa becomes husband. And then after that, father. After that, he has students there in the meditation center. So he's going to go there. Again a teacher. Yes. Wow. But I'm neither a teacher, nor a son, nor anything in between. So esevanto dukkhasya. I don't have any dukkha. Why? There is no chandaraga in the Vedana and vyapada or patika. So what happens? In my case, a form is seen. Indriya sambara is seen. Without Indriya sambara also the form is seen. With Indriya sambara also form is seen. Without Indriya sambara, the mind, meaning that Viññāṇa, will now pick up the attractive sign, subha sanya, subha nimitta, resulting in a sense cognitive experience. So then attention moves into the details of it. And feelings are consumed by delight and aversion. And thought proliferation starts making story making. This ayatana feeds on to craving and clinging. Whereas with Indriya Sambara, the form is known as a form. Wife is known as a wife. Son is known as a son. Teacher is known as a teacher, as opposed to I am the son, I am the father, I am the teacher. So the unnecessary elaboration is not at all there. So feelings are recognized as feelings alone. Sukha Vedana. Dukkha Vedana. Dukkha Vedana. Adukka Sukha Vedana. Adukka Sukha Vedana. There's no appropriation. The sequence is understood and hence the senses are restrained. The ayatana now has no tanha. Tanhakkayo, virago, nirodho, nibbana. So my journey is ended. Asavakkaya. This I can do it with Satipatthana as well. This I can do it through Anapanasati as well. Anything I can take. Because I've understood all leads to the same thing of understanding ayatana, patisamutpada, indriya, samvara. Okay, that's it for today. Anyone, any questions? Yes, May, go ahead.
Sorry, just a quick question about form for nama. I know that some of them are mixed, but is there like an order? Is it usually manasikara, vedana, sanya?
You're talking about nama, not the form.
Yes, no, nama. So is there like, is it the order of manasikara, phassa, vedana, sanya, and chetana, or is it not really in order? I know that some of them, like I know in the Mahavira, sorry, one of the suttas, I might be saying it wrong.
Shulavedala Sutta, there she explains, it's like this. Supposing somebody is developed like Visakha, who is already an Anagami, she says differently. If you are not, you have to take Phassa as the first one, Vedana as the second one, Sanya as the third one, Chetana as the fourth one, Manasikara as the fifth one. Sariputta puts it in a different way than Dhammadinna. Why? Because Sariputta, when he discusses with the disciples, they are all Sotapanna and beyond. So, if you ask me, is there a fixed one? No. If you ask me, there is no fixed one, then answer is no. Why? It depends on where you are, not where it is defined. It's not rigid that it should be like this. Phassa can come in between. It can be with Vedana. Like Sariputta puts Vedana, Sanya, Phassa, Chetana, Manasikara. Is he wrong then? No, not at all. Then you can ask this question, without Phassa, how can Vedana and Sanya can come? Yes, that's true. But I already know that you already had Phassa. So there's no point in starting with Phassa, would be Sariputta's answer to that. But I'm a dumb fellow. So for this dumb fellow, you should start with Phassa, then Vedana, then Sanya, then Chetana, then Mansikara. So it depends on my level of dumbness. But do you understand what is Nama here? So when I say wife, the Phassa, the contact, Tinna Sangati, Phasso has wife. I'll give you another example. Let's say you're a GPA anyway. So I am a porno addict. Somebody told that go to May, she will help you in removing this addiction. For me, every woman I see, whether she is a bhikkhuni or whoever it is, it's an enjoyable object. I've seen close to 3 million pornography movies. And I did PhD in pornography with 2 laurels. In fact, I wanted to be a porno actor. Nobody took me for whatever reason. Then somebody said, Vilas, you are an addict. So they suggested your name. And I come to you. Where will you look at Nama? And where will I look at Nama? For me, the Nama is already an object, which is me. So if I see your skin, even a little bit of this skin, it makes me something, feeling something, right? Then you should understand, oh, Vilas is a sexaholic. Alcoholic, I've heard, is a sexaholic person. So what I should do? As a GPA, you should have compassion towards me. Okay, and then you should say, Nama, what does he have? In his case, especially, it is contact with what he's seeing. Chakuncha paticcha rupecha upajati chakku viññāṇam. And that skin color itself makes him, he's not even seen anything else other than the face and some skin on this hand, forget the legs. Now, what do? You have to break his psyche, right? So what do? Now, you have to show him Asubha. How can you show him? He will not understand because the Phassa is so tightly knit. All that he can see is the Vedana of Sukha. He's like a child having that one toy which he has played it multiple times, millions of times, and he thinks this toy brings him happiness. So you patiently see that this is Phassa, this is Vedana. He's feeling whatever he should be feeling with me. He's perceiving this. He might physically do something to me. So I should be careful with this person. He doesn't mean, but he's addicted. His brain doesn't work properly. He's addicted. So then manasikara has to be changed. Because that's the only thing you can do now. His intention is to touch you. It's something, he can't do anything. He's coming close, you got to go far. Again, he comes close. It's like, Tom and Jerry show happening there in your clinic. Now you're cornered. You're in the one corner. Like a Jerry and a Tom is wanting to jump. What to do? The only thing anybody can do in any place is manasikara. Because that's where the attention is. So my attention, unfortunately, is somewhere on your body. So you have to deflect that. So what you show? Something asubha. That have a repulsive effect on him, which cuts the phassa. Then the Vedana is changed. Then the perception is lost. Then the Chetana, intention, is no longer there. And the Manasikara is gone. Right? It was ayoniso Manasikara. Now you did something to get him a yoniso Manasikara. So from a sexaholic person, he became a saint. Why? You change it like that. Let's say Vilas is a saint already. Does he require phassa? No. Why? It's already gone. The contact of sensuality is not there. So what does he do? He will say Vedana, Sanya, Phassa, Chetana, Manasikara. Because Vilas can understand that. He knows how his nama, his mental state is this way. So you don't have to worry about he touching your hand or whatever. He is not going to do. But let's say when it touches, there's no feeling. If there is no feeling, there's no perception of happiness or unhappiness. So just to give you another analogy, another really happened example. When I'd gone to Yavatmal in Maharashtra, there's one girl. I was telling her what is a good touch and what is a bad touch. She was around 21-year-old. So I was asking her, do you know what's a good touch and a bad touch? She said, I don't know. I said, look, in Dhamma, you are in Dhamma, so you should know what is a good touch and what's a bad touch. So with your permission, can I take your hand? And she said, yes. So I put my finger in one particular fashion and she said, something is happening to me. I said, that's bad touch, right? You're feeling sensual. That's bad touch. Now let me do the same thing in a different way where you'll not feel sensual at all and you will not even know I touched you. And that's a good touch. So I did that. And she said, it doesn't mean anything to me. I said, yeah, that's without sensuality. So you should know this is with sensuality, this is without sensuality. And normally females can know it, but I'm just proving it to you how it works. So the first one is phassa, the touch point, the touch. When I touch the female, I put my intention on that through Vedana and Sanya. So she feels something happening in her body. She feels uncomfortable, basically, or she will feel comfortable. If she likes me, she feels comfortable. If she doesn't like me physically, then she feels uncomfortable. Because the intention is already put into there in the way, in the phassa, Vedana and Sanya. So the manasikara is already filthy, meaning it's already contaminated. Whereas in the second case, there's no phassa. There's no intention to do something because there's no girl for me. So when I touch, there's no girl. So that means no phassa happened, so no vedana. If no vedana, there's no sanya. If there's no sanya, there is no chetana. It's only yoniso manasikara. And hence, she didn't feel anything. And you have also done that with me when you were there in Brisbane, so you know what you felt when you touched me. So that's how you can collaborate, but not collaborate. That's how you can understand between this structure of nama versus that structure of nama. If you're an Arya Magga, the same nama looks different than the normal world.
Thank you. Yeah, I just realized now that in a normal person with the Yoniso Manasikara, everything's already happened.
Yes.
It's already happened.
It's quick. It's quick.
It's very quick. All of those things have already happened.
Yes, because
yes, I think when you feel, you perceive. What you perceive, you feel, and what you cognize, what you perceive. It's already already happened.
See, yes. Actually, what happens is like this: is the papancha is already formed in me. That means, in my opinion, you're already beautiful. So it's only about possession. How to possess you. I know I can't possess you, but somehow I have to possess you. So then this possession makes me to touch you. That means in that moment of nama, all these five have already happened because it's already papancha sanya. The perception is of papancha. It means it's already proliferated beyond what it should not proliferate. So when I touch you, you are going to feel extremely uneasy about it. Because I've put all my emotions into that touch, which then makes you feel is not noble. I don't know why is he doing this to me. But I say, you know what? You should hug me a lot. And you say, why? I don't want to do anything with you. Sorry. And that's the problem with this nama and rupa. Rupa remains the same, meaning it's only the four elements. But the nama changes the rupa, then the rupa changing the nama. So basically, what we are seeing each other is the rupa, but what experience we get is in the nama.
Thank you, Vilaji.
Okay, so that's the end of the story from Putujana to Arhat. Any questions other than me? I think she's going somewhere, but you guys can ask if you have, otherwise we can stop. Yes.
I guess along the same line of May's question, in this Mulaka Sutta, it says first Manasikara and then the Passa. So in my basic understanding, I thought the way of different Manasikara makes different Passa to happen. So I would thought Manasikara is the first out of this five, and then the Passa comes. But it seemed like it's not the case. I'm wondering.
Yeah, in Sariputta, he goes something else. In Moggallana does something else. Buddha puts it in something else. But these are the five things. So depending upon the category, depending upon the person, state, it can be. Why he puts Manasikara first? Because without Manasikara, how can anything work? Would be his argument, which seems to be logically correct. But Sariputta would argue it, saying that without Vedana and Sanya and Phassa, how can there be a Manasikara? Who is right? Who is wrong? If Sariputta would have been there and Buddha would have been there, I would have asked him, hey guys, be clear with mortals like us, because we'll be following you after some time. Don't confuse us with your problem.
Yeah, I think it's like a chicken and egg discussion or debate.
But where in Mulaka Sutta you found it? You said Mulaka Sutta. My question is, where in Mulaka Sutta you found it? This one.
In this formula, right? Manasikara Sambhava Sabbe Dhamma.
That is different. Yeah, I think you're getting confused. Chanda Mulaka Avuso Sabbe Dhamma. Manasikara Sab. How is it possible? It is through mind. It's not like Okay, now I understand your problem. I misunderstood what you said. So if you're talking like that, the question is this way: how does anything start? So you require to have chanda, interest in anything. And with the interest, if you want to do something, then they should have manasikar, the manasikar, then the phassa with something, then vedana. And there's no sanya, if you observe. He talks about what? Samadhi. That's a different route. And he goes to Panyuttara. Amato Ghada Sabbedam. So you're gone a different direction. But if you look at Samadhiti Sutta, verses like what May said about Chula Vedala Sutta, you'll find a difference between how Dhammadina puts it and how Sariputta puts it.
Yeah, I guess my general question is, I thought attention leads to phassa. Is my general question.
No, I was mistaken. I was so much in something else that what you said, I just took it. And I said, yeah, no, it's wrong. Thoroughly wrong. You should either take what Sariputta says or you have to take what Dhammadina says. You go to Samadhiti Sutta, you'll find this.
Yeah, that one I'm quite familiar, but Dhammadin didn't know, and that didn't know so well.
And the reason is Visakha is already an Anagami. And she's an Arhat. So she wants to poke him. What are you talking? I learned it from you and you are asking me this, take it. Like what Rituji is wearing, gap. So she found a gap in his understanding. So here it is. Enjoy. Okay. Any other question? Yes, Antiji, go ahead.
I'm confused. So going back to
Good that you're confused. Go ahead.
Going back to the beginning of the session where you explained Viññāṇa, Mano, and Chitta. I understood Viññāṇa as like already conditioned, that there is chakku already, there is object of chakku already, and with that there is Viññāṇa.
Don't struggle so much. There's Avanti already, and hence she has 6 senses. Avanti's eyes, Avanti's nose, Avanti's tongue, Avanti's body, like that. And that is Viññāṇa.
So when I say Avanti's Viññāṇa, Avanti's Sanya, Avanti's Vedana. So
Yes.
where is so Vedana cannot be without Viññāṇa.
Viññāṇa only the
Namarupa
Vedana.
cannot
No,
be.
wait a second. I think you have no understanding. In Viññāṇa only there is Sanya. In Viññāṇa only there is Sankhara. In Viññāṇa only there is Vedana. Okay. So when we categorize, just for understanding, we're categorizing it. But then there's nothing called just separated out. Okay. So now basically, if you take Viññāṇa, cognition, whatever has been said is getting cognized. Like America exists, that's being cognized. New York exists, that's been cognized. So it depends on how the cognition is said to be. And that is created one. It's conditioned one. It arises due to condition and passes due to condition. That's all. So the example what I gave about 6 lights is that it's dimming slowly, and hence it gives you an I effect, EY, not EYE, I as a person effect. I'm seeing, I'm hearing, I'm tasting, I'm touching, I'm smelling, I'm thinking. This effect is created due to the Viññāṇa slowly becoming off. That's Viññāṇa. So what's your question now, based upon this?
Now I understand that the diversity is not in the Viññāṇa, Viññāṇa, Sanya, but there is diversity in Chakku, Viññāṇa, Sanya, and
yes, the eye is what it
Vedana.
can see. What it can
And-
see. Go ahead.
and Ghana Viññāṇa.
All the six
Vedana.
senses. All the six
That's
senses.
where the diversity is.
All the six senses, when they are performing a particular function, there's nothing there. But when there is a field of experience, there is ayatana, where the experience and experiencer gets formed. Right? There's nothing like in between. So, when I say Chakku Viññāṇa, it means whatever has been fed into the Viññāṇa comes because of the Chakku and Rupa. Whatever has been fed. If you see Shreya and then you cognize her to be your daughter,
It's already in Viññāṇa. It's not separate.
yes, because you're experiencing Shreya. No matter how much you say, Shreya is not my daughter, I'm this one, it's not going to work. It's already there. So accept. The only way you can see now is through Patisamutpada, not through any other thing. That one. But you can cut, you can do Indriya Samvara so that it doesn't get into Ayatana. You got the point. If it goes into Ayatana, then Patisamutpada. Because that is where Avidya is. Now, if you're already in Samvara, there's nothing more to be done.
Basically, going into the story of my daughter.
That is Ayatana. That is an Ayatana.
Building on to
What
that
if, what
is
if,
Ayatana. But
what
the
if,
basic Viññāṇa. Mhm.
what if you are just cognizing without the daughter? That's it. That's the end of it.
The
Yes.
clarification, what I need is basically all the knowledge is already included in the Indriya.
Yes.
Even if it doesn't build into Ayatana, it's still included. It's still there. That's why I cannot deny that. So basically, looking at my daughter with all the knowledge that, looking at the Rupa with all the knowledge as her name, the relation, everything is there, but I'm not building in, I'm not attaching any additional Sanya Vedana to that. Meaning,
No, I think you're thoroughly misunderstood, or I made you misunderstand, or I made sure that you misunderstand. I don't know. It's not so difficult. It's like this. Supposing Avanti, I'm seeing you. There is Avanti. Whether there is Indriya Samvara or no Indriya Samvara, it doesn't matter. There is an acknowledgement that this is Avanti. Avanti as an American is an Ayatana. There's a fodder. There's a food now. And since I want to be an American, you're an American, it makes sense. So then I can talk about America. Right? Makes sense that way. So my Chakku, Sota, Gana, Jiva, Kaya, Mano is on America. But if I take the basic of it, the sense base, the base, just the base, Chakku is just the sense. It knows only to see. Dhite dhite mattam bhavisati. It knows only to see. Sota, it knows only to hear. Ghana, it knows only to smell. Jivha, it knows only to taste. Kaya, it only knows to touch. Mano, it only knows to cognize. That's Indriya Sampara. With relation to the Rupa, Saddha, Gandha, Pottabha, Dhamma, like that. It's not that they are not there, they are there, but there's no enjoyer or sufferer. That's the basic. That means I see Avanti, that's it. This body is called Avanti, there ends the matter. This place is called New York, there ends the matter. This thing is called a Statue of Liberty, there ends the matter. This airport is called as EWR, for whatever reason, doesn't matter. That's all what it is. That's the basic cognition. It's called as an airport. Not this is the airport. It's called as an airport. This body is called as Avanti. That's fair. But conditioned consciousness is Chakku Viññāṇa, which means there is something to experience there in that Chakku. There is something to experience in that Sota, Ghana, Jivha, Kaya, and Mano. Because it's conditioned consciousness, conditioned on this object and that, the Viññāṇa arises. The condition between the New York and Statue of Liberty, the Viññāṇa of Statue of Liberty with New York arises. Tinna Sangati Passo. Now there is a pleasant feeling coming out of watching Statue of Liberty. Whereas in this case, when I land in front of Statue of Liberty, there is no pleasant feeling. There is no unpleasant feeling. There is neither a neutral feeling. That is when I come and meet you, and when we go to the Statue of Liberty, I acknowledge this is a Statue of Liberty, but there's no experience as Statue of Liberty. There is no experiencer as I experience Statue of Liberty. That's what I meant.
What is the basic cognition called as? Basic cognition.
I just know
without adding it. Hmm?
in the Viññāṇa itself, when the Viññāṇa comes, it comes without any judgment, any taste to it. So it is just plain.
But it comes with Mano. Does it come with Mano?
Mano is one of the base, sense base. That's why the reason I explained to you Chitta, Mano, and Viññāṇa.
Let me try to put the question correctly. What I meant is, does the basic cognition comes up with the label?
No, that is when May asked me about Nama and Rupa. So it's not like that. It is when the contact happens, the feeling happens. When the feeling happens, the perception happens. When the perception happens, the intention happens to say this place is good and that place is bad. And then the manasikara takes that attention is taken over by Statue of Liberty. So the Rupa and Nama now publishes on consciousness as this stable Statue of Liberty. So to answer to your question, if you have gone that far, then you will see it is made up. Everything is built over. That means your body is built over, your daughter's body is built over, your husband's body is built over, your house is built over, everything is built over. They don't really exist that way. So the Viññāṇa is pure. It becomes Anidassana Viññāṇa, not established anywhere, on any name and form. So first know the basics right, that there is Ayatana, there is Indriya. Indriya, Samvara, Ayatana, Patisamutpada.
So Viññāṇa is part of Ayatana or part of Indriya?
Chakku Viññāṇa. The moment you say Viññāṇa, it is part of Ayatana.
Okay. Okay. I think it is clear. I think as of now it is clear.
Okay.
That's what the question.
Yeah.
That's what was the question. Yeah.
See, what is Viññāṇa? First, you need to know what does a Viññāṇa do. It helps you in cognizing an object to what it is called, what it is said. Now, here, between you and Shweta, who is sitting there, Shweta also is from US, right? Shweta ji? And she's a bhikkhuni. She's struggling to unmute it. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. No worries. No worries. Leave it the way it is. No problem. So how did I recognize her to be bhikkhuni? I would say from the dress. Now the question comes, should I not recognize through the dress? You can. But if I get into a problem saying that bhikkhunis are good, lay people are not, then is the papancha. That means I'm proliferating now. Because that Viññāṇa is already corrupted. It has raga, dvesha, moha. You understand? So minusing the raga, dvesha, moha, the Viññāṇa is pure. It's anidasana Viññāṇa. It's the unestablished consciousness. The consciousness is there, cognition is there, but it's not conditioned. It's not sankata. It's asankata. Got it? Okay. Where will you experience Nibbana? In this Viññāṇa only, nowhere else. The experience field is in Ayatana. It can't be in Indriya. So instead of a conditioned consciousness, consciousness is unconditioned. Instead of Avanti there is no Avanti which can be found. So there's no bhikkhuni to be found. Just see a body with 6 senses. That's it. And that's the end of suffering. Why? Because I saw the Patisamutpada. This being, this comes to be. With the arising of this arises. With this not being, this does not come to be. With the cessation of this ceases. The formula. Applied it on you, applied it on the bhikkhuni, done, over. Whereas in the case of Mano, Mano is one another faculty. It's an internal sense base on which the Dhamma can be experienced. Dhamma means objects, mental objects can be experienced. The Chitta is, in some books they write it as heart, which is correct. It's a qualitative condition of what is called as a mind, which can be contracted, which can be expanded, which can be liberated, which can be unliberated, like that. There are 16 of them. All those are Chitta. So the person, Asutava Puttujano, will misunderstand the terms and gets muddled with it. And he starts to see that this mind is a continuously it is arising. He is going to be there forever. And the answer is no. That's what that sutta is. Why I took it up? To give you clarity on these 3 terms. Now there are 6 ayatanas which is part of the same indriya. But when indriya turns itself into an ayatana, there is an experience. Why does it turn? That's the nature of it. The nature of indriya is to express. So the only way you can do is, Buddha says, Chakku indriya rakhati. he safeguards, he protects the Chakku Indriya from getting lost in ayatana, lost in that experience because of Viññāṇa. Right? So that I, as a person, even if you say there is no I, there is no I, there is no I, will not do anything because the Viññāṇa already has I. You got the point. So no matter how many times you say, oh, you know what, I've experienced, I've understood, there's no I. Because you are Viññāṇa. So there is I. So how do you know you progressed? There's a step by step. You should know you're a Sotapanna. You should know you're a Sakadagami. You should know you're an Anagami. Then only Arhat Pala is possible. After the first grade comes the second grade. After the second grade comes the third grade. You can't graduate without the first grade. In worldly itself, you can't do. You think you can do in this? No. Okay, so let's end for today then. We'll take more of it when we meet tomorrow. We'll continue on this nice topic till you understand 6 sense spaces. Now, don't burn your candle and go for a sleepless night. Just sleep well. It's already midnight, 12:30 for you. Just go to sleep. Don't worry. If nothing works, we'll do it with an ice cream when I meet.
Okay.
That's a promise. Okay, all right. Great day and great night to everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.